Hey dreamers, this is Mandy Owen, and I'm excited to be back with you today to talk more about dreams. As always, you can find me on YouTube at Mandy Owen, on Facebook at Mandy Owen, or online at mandyowenministries.com. We would love to hear from you and to learn more about dreams you're having and how we can walk with you through those. Today, I wanted to talk to you about creative dreams. In the Bible, we hear about all kinds of different dreams. We talked a lot about warning dreams and so forth. And Jacob had a creative dream and creative solutions that were given to him in his time of need. But I wanted to focus more on people in modern day history that have changed or revolutionized the way we do life because of a dream. And people that we would recognize, or at least recognize their invention. And one of the people that came to me was Elias Howe. So if you've never heard of Elias Howe was the inventor of the sewing machine. And in the 1800s, he lived in the 1800s, and he was a mechanical engineer. And he was working along with many other people. So many people were trying to solve this mechanical challenge to create a mechanical sewing machine. And they were all kind of stuck. They weren't able to kind of get the breakthrough on it. And Elias Howe had been struggling with it. He had been frustrated with it. And it's documented in his family history that he had a dream. And in this dream, he went to bed and he was trying to, he had to create this sewing machine for a king. And he had 24 hours to do it. If he did not do it within 24 hours, then he was going to be killed. And so the time comes, the 24 hours up, and he's fixing to be killed. And as he is, the king's men are kind of like have their javelins or have their spears, and they're fixing to attack him and stab him with this. He sees the end of the spear. And the spear to him it's almost like, I'm going to compare it to a needle. It's not, it was a spear. At least from what I read it was. But at the end of it had a hole in the spear or the javelin. And so he sees that in his dream, and he immediately starts, wait, give me more time. And then he wakes up. So now many people in our society today would probably shake that off as a pizza dream or as a nightmare, or they would chalk it up to anxiety. I have anxiety. I've got to get this sewing machine done and I can't, or, there may be a problem at your job and I've got to have the solution. I can't figure it out. So this is just, a pizza dream, it's an anxiety dream, and they're going to shake it off. But Elias Howe woke up, and I'm going to imagine that he woke up 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning from this crazy dream that he's fixing to die. And that's scary. You see these people fixing to kill you. He wakes up from that, but he immediately realizes that those spears had a hole in the end, and that he was doing the eye of the needle in the wrong location. And so he went back to his workshop, and he starts working on the sewing machine. He starts working on the creative solution that he dreamed about, and it works. He figures it out. He breaks it. He overcomes that challenge through this creative dream that he had. So how many dreams are we having that we're not paying attention to? In that situation, Elias Howe was not the only one trying to invent the sewing machine at the time. What we would recognize in today's society would be more the Singer sewing machine. It really became the staple in the sewing industry, the industry that revolutionized how we do industry, or how we buy clothes, that revolutionized how clothes were produced, that revolutionized the clothing industry in general. We have shops everywhere. We can make these type of shirts and sweatshirts and mass produce them now and send them out all over the world, to places. And all of that stemmed from the invention of the sewing machine. Now, Singer is more known than Elias Howe, but Singer combined his invention, his ideas, with Elias Howe's idea, which actually broke through and how to finalize that sewing machine. And Singer had to pay Elias Howe a fee for every invention, or for every sewing machine he sold. I believe, I don't know how long that went. I don't know the legality of that, but I know that there was a legal agreement where he had to pay Elias Howe a fee on his sewing machines that he sold. So what an amazing creative dream that we've had. What would have happened if Elias Howe would not have had woke up and not paid attention to that dream? And how many dreams are you having when you're in the middle of a crisis at work, or you're in the middle of a deadline, and you have this creative thought, but maybe it's a little scary, or maybe you don't understand it, or maybe you don't know how to interpret it, and you know it's something, but you're just going to push it aside and not focus on it. Well, I want to encourage you today that the Bible says in the end times that the Lord is going to pour out on his young men. Your young men will dream dreams, and your old men will, your young men will see visions, and your old men will dream dreams. So I want to encourage you, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to what the Lord is speaking to you in your spirit, what creative ideas you're having, because it may solve problems that you need. It may give you breakthrough. It may revolutionize your industry, and it may bring you an crazy amount of new job opportunities or wealth, inventions for you to create wealth in your family. So anyways, this is Mandy Owen, and I'm excited to be back with you guys. If you have any dreams, send them to us. We'd love to talk them out with you. Keep dreaming.